Yeah, so I basically just created a video on airdrops, but I think the video was not that good, so I'm gonna restructure it a little. Um, yeah, so I wanted to go over airdrops as usual. I wanted to speak generally. I'm not too in touch with the airdrop sector. Um, I know some people are crazy and they're farming airdrops constantly. That's basically their day job. And if it works, it works. You know what you're doing, you know what you're doing. Um, but I wanted to speak about a few general things on a few general tips on airdrops. So firstly is what makes an airdrop profitable? Well, let's say every single person in the world, all, what is it, 8 billion people farmed this airdrop. Of course, that's impossible, but let's say they all farmed one airdrop. How much money would you receive? You would receive a couple of cents because the airdrop that happened obviously was too diluted. When too many people farm the same airdrop, it becomes very difficult to make a good amount of money. Now, the next thing that you have to take into account is the coin or the project's valuation. So, obviously, if the coin is a top, let's say, ridiculous top 10 coin, and you get their airdrop, even if there are 8 billion wallets, you would still make some money. You wouldn't make a couple cents, you might make a couple dollars, right? Um, Now, if you lower the amount of people, let's say lower it to 1 million people rather than 8 billion, of course, a crazy difference, and then you keep it still as a top 10 coin, you're going to be making probably a couple thousand bucks, maybe even over 10K. Obviously, depending on the token's allocation and all those statistics. But the general idea is the more people farming the airdrop, the less profitable. And obviously, the higher the coin's valuation, the better the project is, the higher the valuation. So, I wanted to speak about an airdrop. It's basically the only airdrops that I'm farming necessarily. I staked my Celestia back here. I got 200 dim allocation and I sold it somewhere here. I don't know when, but at $7. Uh, over $7. I think it was 7.1, but whatever. Um, I sold half of it there, and obviously it's come down since, but I've been staking my dimension, and give me a second. I'll find exactly here. These are the dimension airdrops coming. NIM, sorry, I almost said dimension. NIM network already happens. Just need to wait for the actual NIM to come into my account. But the point is, I like these airdrops because I don't actually have to put in any work, and they've been massively profitable because there's very little dilution. And DIM, the main airdrop that I received money from Celestia, was obviously one of the top coins. And because no one was staking their Celestia, or very few people were staking back here, I was able to get a huge airdrop. It was like 200 coins at $7. That's 1,400 if I had sold it all. But obviously, I sold 50% and staked the rest right here, and we're bag holding, I guess. But I still think Dim has good airdrops to come. Well, I know they do. So it should make me the money back. But yeah, it's just if you're gonna farm airdrops, um, do ones that are not that diluted. Not many people are doing them, and that are gonna be good projects, and you'll make uh, which means you're more likely to make more from it. Now, the general airdrops that are bad are any with point systems or easy tasks. If the task is follow them on Twitter and you could get an airdrop, everyone's going to do it. So that means massive dilution. And that also likely means that they're not a good project. Um, so yeah, I think that's the main thing. Um, Obviously, every situation and every project is different. Not all point systems are bad. Not all Twitter following airdrop campaigns are bad. But if it's too diluted, then it's bad. And usually those ones are too diluted. So yeah, I just wanted to make a video explaining that. Try to avoid diluted airdrops, and try to avoid ones that will have low valuations, and I think you'll be much more profitable. And also try to avoid ones that don't take a lot of time. Like I personally think it's a good idea to put your time in things that are worthwhile as much as possible, right? And I'm sure everyone agrees with that. Um, let's say you spend 100 hours on something and on farming an airdrop and you receive $100, you got paid $1 an hour. That's ridiculous. So just think about it in these perspectives and come to your own conclusions, right? So yeah, I hope that can explain some things and I hope you guys learned something from it. So yeah.